Hi everybody, my name's Melissa and welcome back to my channel, Hopeful Happenings. 'Tis the season to query. So many of us are submitting our books to agents right now in hopes that they will represent us. So I thought I'd do a video about Query Tracker and how that program can help you in organizing your submissions and in finding the right agent for you. I'm just going to give you a rundown of the website and the benefits it has, so we're just going to flip to my computer and we'll start there.
Alright, let's talk about Query Tracker. The first thing you'll need to do is make an account. This is because you'll be keeping your own unique records for each query that you send and the agents that you're interested in. I've gone ahead and made a new account just for this video. And right after I put in my information and the account was made, it asked me to talk about my book. And this is just for more data for them. You do not have to do this, so I think I'm going to skip this step. And the main reason I'm using Query Tracker is to find an agent, so let's search for agents now. What you'll see is a list of agents and the agency that they belong to. And as you can see, there's 41 pages of information here. The agents are listed in alphabetical order, and you can do this alphabetically by agency or alphabetically by the agent's name. What you'll want to pay most attention to when looking for an agent is their query methods and their query status. There are 3 icons for query methods: postal mail, email, and online form, and these icons indicate how each agent prefers to receive their queries. There's also another icon that is red, and that means the agent is closed to queries. So let's go ahead and click on an agent. I'm going to pick Lauren Abramo from Distill because I know Distill is a great agency. And up will pop this profile. This is the same profile that all the agents will have. We'll have an email, a website, a Twitter if they have one, if they're an AAR member, how they accept queries, and then more information regarding their clients and comments about the agent's work. So probably the first thing I'm going to do is go directly to the website because the website will be the most accurate. On the website, I'll find the agent and view which kind of books this agent is looking for. With Lauren, it says she's eagerly looking for middle grade, contemporary fantasy and adventure, contemporary young adult, and smart, accessible adult fiction in a variety of categories. So that works for me because I'm a children's author, so I know that she'll be looking for middle grade. And I'm going to go back to my website, and I'm just going to go through a couple more checks to see if this is an agent I want to submit to. A lot of clients can be a concern because this means that the agent will have less time for the individual. And unless they are a brand new agent, having little to no clients is also a concern in my books. What this says to me is that they're either extremely picky or that they can't keep their clients. Lauren has a good sized client list. What I'm going to do is probably look at each of these clients to see what books were published and who they published with. This will tell me what kind of editors the agent has connections with. Comments is also a good section to check out because people are often very honest. There's no reason not to be. And usually people will just say when they submitted their query and what the answer was and how long it took to receive this answer. Sometimes people will say things that could be considered red flags for the agent, such as the agent never responding to their emails. So pay attention to these comments. If after all the research I've done on this agent, I decide I do want to submit a query to them, then I go to the right here and I click add this agent to my query list. I can also add this agent in my do not query list, and it will show up every time I search it that I've already said I do not want to query this agent. Going back to our main agency search, we can see that Lauren is now on the query status of someone we want to query. Now, if you notice on this first page, there are a lot of agents that say they are not open to queries. That would be the red circle with the line through it. To get rid of all the agents who are not open to queries, just say hide agents who are closed to queries, and then you won't have to see them anymore. You can also select a genre. That way you will only view agents who represent the type of book you want to query. If you do have a children's book, then I would state that it is children's, middle grade, young adult, or new adult. I would not say that it is a contemporary or a fantasy because I believe that those are going to pull up adult fantasies, adult contemporaries instead. So you will probably want to search it under children's, and then once you have found the agents that represent children's, you can view on their individual pages whether they accept children's fantasy or children's contemporary. Now, just looking again at how many agents are out there, once we hide the queries, you'll see that it's reduced dramatically. If anyone watching this has a premium account, I'd really like to hear your thoughts about it. Let's go to the top of the page and we're going to click queries. This will show my query list, which is all of the agents that you have submitted to, or publishers that you've submitted to, or that you don't want to submit to, or that you are wanting to submit to. So we've clicked on Lauren and we said we wanted to submit to her, so she is showing up in our query list as someone we want to submit to. That's what the orangish yellow circle means. If I click on that orangish yellow circle with a check mark, it will pull up the query status. And here is where I can record my query delivery, when it was sent, and when I received a reply. Just to show you, I'm going to say we submitted a query today to this person, and I'm going to save it. Now you'll see on the left the query status has changed to a lightning bolt. This means my query is out in the world, and it will show me here on the right the date that I submitted it, the query age, which is really helpful. It will show me by days how old the query is. Back to the top of the page, we can click on publishers, and then just like agents, we can view all the publishers that are accepting queries. This means these are publishing companies that accept queries without an agent. If you're looking to have your book represented by an agent, then I would not contact any publishers on your own. It will just make the agent's job harder if you've already sent out the book to publishing companies. However, reasons you would want to submit to a publishing company on your own is that you have submitted to agents and it just had no luck with it. Perhaps you've already submitted the book out with an agent and the agent was unsuccessful in selling the book. Then you may want to consider just going directly to publishing companies. Or you may be the kind of person that wants to take control of your career in a way that does not include an agent, and therefore you'll just go directly to a publishing company. With all agent and publisher submissions, please do your research. Not all agents are the same. Not all publishers are the same. Some of these publishing companies that accept queries are really great, reputable companies, and others are clearly not. So please don't get stuck in a position where you've submitted your work out to a place or a person you honestly do not care to have represent you, because it's much harder to resist an offer once you have one. I'm just going to click on a publisher to show you what it's like. It's very similar to the agency profile. They'll show you what kind of queries they accept: snail mail, email, online form. This company is called Anik Press. They're from Canada and they're a reputable company. I know about them already. If you've ever heard of Robert Munsch and the Paper Bag Princess or I'll Love You Forever, Anik Press publishes Robert Munsch books. But more research on the kind of books they're looking for and the kind of books they already represent would be wise before I consider submitting to them. The last thing I want to point out before we end this video is the help section. If you go to the top and click on help and then click query help, it's good to give this just a quick read through before you submit any queries, because it goes over the basics of what to do to query and reasons why queries are rejected. You may know all of these things already, or it could be completely new to you, but I recommend, whether you feel comfortable in querying or not, that you give it a quick read through and check out the links they provide, just to be sure you're not making any preventable mistakes.
Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you understand Query Tracker and got you excited about querying agents. If you've already started to query, I hope you have success and big exciting news in the coming future. I've got my fingers crossed and I am rooting for you. You can learn more about online resources for writing and querying in the video I did down below. I'll have that linked. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a week of writing content. We'll see you next week. Bye.